Bravery is the moment that no matter what happens to you, you're able to find a solution. So it doesn't mean that being brave means being fearless. It means that despite the things that happen to you, you can feel fear, but you can always find a way to actually still maintain the kind of life that makes you happy. You're not going to be feeling that, oh no, I can't do this or I can't do that. It's whatever you set your mind to do, you will always be able to achieve. This is the thing that bravery is to me. Like, for example, what I feel I'm doing now is brave because I don't know where this is going to take me, but I'm really excited about it and I'm listening to my intuition. I feel that intuitively I have to be here in this space in this time. This is why I made the decision to move from London 2 years ago, and as opposed to being in a big city where everybody aims to be, I decided to live my life in Cyprus because this is where I feel much happier. So we all have to create our own happiness with our own hands, with our own efforts, and, well, be brave, as I've explained. For me, I believe that the move that I made was actually quite courageous because I came to Cyprus without having anything that was set for me. I didn't have any set job, I didn't have any set idea of what I was gonna do, but I just knew that I was drawn to the idea of being in a place that's warm. There was something about Cyprus that attracted me, well, back here because I was brought up here, I lived here for 10 years, but I did study consequently for 6 years in London after that. I graduated with a degree in psychology and philosophy, and well, I felt inspired that my future had to continue in a different place. Something about being in the UK was no longer for me. I'm not telling you that you have to move from where you are now and go somewhere else, but sometimes we do have to take those drastic measures. We do have to be brave. We have to understand that life is what we make of it. We can't just sit in a place and wait for opportunities. We have to find the way to opportunities, find the way to those doors to open them, because things don't just come to you unless, of course, you prepare so hard for something. And yes, I believe in luck, but at the same time, that luck doesn't just arise out of nowhere. It's through sheer hard work and dedication and having self-discipline and so on. I mean, there's so many things that entail success that, I mean, it's a really big topic. But in summary, I think that my move really now, today, especially after 2 years of being here in Cyprus, I can say that I'm extremely content with my decision. And I know that it's only going to get bigger and better from here. Extremely fortunate in my life, but that does not mean that I didn't go through my fair share of hardships, because I think in everybody's life, well, everybody in their life has something that has been difficult, no matter how fortunate they are. I think the one thing that I'm most grateful for is the way that I can approach and deal with problems, that no matter what happens, I always find the way through. I always find the way to be positive and understand that problems are temporary. The things that I'm experiencing are eventually going to have a solution, and I'm the one that goes and dives in straight into it in order to resolve whatever is the thing that's bothering me. So I believe to be fortunate is beyond the idea of the financial success in life. It's the fact that we're born healthy, and that in order to be where I am today, I have to maintain my health. At my age, you know, despite being 27, I still feel that I have to put in the effort. I train hard, I watch what I eat. I'm not the person that's just given everything on a silver platter, you know. I work for the things that I have, and to be where I am today with my job, in my career, it all took sheer hard work, and it still does. There's a lot of effort to be put in, but mostly it's my healthy mindset that puts me where I am and makes me feel happy that I think the way that I do. And this is what I want to help people with, is to understand that no matter how the situation is and how hard it may seem at times and how impossible and overwhelming, that we can always find the way to resolve it, and to be patient and understand that from everything there are lessons. That's it. And you might not understand what it is now, but when you're going to look back at your life, you will be able to connect the dots and understand why certain things had to happen to you. The thing about life is you can't only do the things that you love, because there are some things that will give us better results if we stay away from them. So there has to be a level of sacrifice. For instance, when it comes to you just eating donuts every day because, oh, I love it and it makes me happy, it will in the long run have an effect on your health, and it will, as a result, eventually not make you have the physical body that you want, not make you have the energy that you want. So yes, sure, go ahead if you really want to have your donut, but try to find other healthier substitutes and better substitutes. So understand that life is not purely about following every pleasure. You need to sacrifice things along the way in order to get to the bigger dream and have the bigger picture, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Okay. Nice to know that I've moved to such a beautiful and sunny, happy place.
Yeah, so nice.
So calm and beautiful and peaceful. You see, when you escape from all the busyness, from all the people that are negative and can have a certain effect on your energy field, you understand how content you are, and you can go deep within yourself and find meaning in life. Find the meaning that life has for you. Because everybody has their own definition and understanding of life, but usually people fall into the trap of just following what the society claims we should do, what should make us happy, without thinking for ourselves. So take the time to think for yourself whether you're living the life to its fullest potential. And don't base your life on current circumstances. Always know that it's in your hands to create better opportunities. Better opportunities for me means you are creating your own life to be even better. You are taking the time and making the sacrifice to be in a place where you wish to be, and you're not afraid of the fact that something might not work out. I don't even believe in failure per se. I like that saying where it says that there's no such thing as failure. There's just a thing called I stopped trying. Therefore, if you don't stop trying, then you can't fail. Think about it. Make sure that you persevere in life, because that's where the biggest results come in. And that's what I do. I'm taking the time to create something that, as a result, I hope will inspire you to know that you can also do what I do. You can also make the time, educate yourself, and be in a place where you're living a more happy and more rewarding life for yourself, creating your schedule. And now I sound like those people I used to watch online, and I can't believe I'm doing it. So there you go. It's just a moment of gratitude I'm having right now, and appreciation for the efforts that I've put in, and appreciation for all the people that have been there to support me, and even those people that haven't been supportive, because it just goes to show that you have to follow what feels right to you, deep inside, not to the other people that might not get your thing. As long as you get your thing, then you're gonna be just fine. Obviously, me being in my profession of being a self-development mentor, and I'm mentoring people on something, do you believe people are honest enough about what their issues are, and do they really want to improve, or what is it? Or do people not truly understand what their problems are? And how far will someone really get in life in the future, and how will their conscience be if all they do is get ahead in life by pushing other people out of the way and being dishonest, or, as you said, stabbing someone in the back? I mean, what's the long-term result?
They are alone now.
Exactly, that's the thing. These people end up alone, and this is their lesson, to understand that there is a more righteous way. You can achieve the things that you want without having to hate on other people, without having to backstab other people, and creating a thing because of, well, mostly I think one of the most destructive human emotions is jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that if you want to have a better life yourself, then you have to create it. Stop judging other people for what they're doing or not doing and so on. It's like, well, why don't you go out there and do this? It's always very easy to point your fingers at somebody and say, oh, look at him, look at her, but at the end of the day, everybody's trying their best, and if you're trying your best or that person is trying their best, notice that it's not easy what others are doing, and for you to just go there and point fingers, as I said, at somebody, and to forget the fact that when you're pointing fingers at somebody, remember 3 fingers are pointing back at you, which means that you must remember that everything that you will send to the other people in terms of being negative and not being respectful and so on, it will all come back to you. And people do end up alone, and loneliness kills. And that's the thing. The scary thing is some people never learn their lessons. They just don't. They always feel like, oh, they'll get away with everything. But life seems to have a fair circle of what goes around comes around. So we should really make sure that we're giving out the best, so we receive back the best. On average, obviously, there's a lot of great people and wonderful things in life. But I also believe that we all have our own flaws and things that we work on. Is not trying enough, is giving up before you have to. It's just, stopping one step ahead and saying, oh, but I've already tried, oh, that's not for me. There isn't such a thing as, oh, I've done it all already, because if you try plan A, plan B, C, there's all the way up to letter Z, and if the English alphabet doesn't work, you can go to another alphabet and try other ways. And that's why there's the famous saying which states that if there's a will, there's a way. So make sure that you are using all your will, that you believe in yourself. I mean, above everything that's out there is self-belief, because there's a tremendous amount of stories which over time I will be sharing with you, and very inspiring people that I will be interviewing, where you will see that there is some people who've come out of nothing and have achieved tremendous things, and some people who have had everything in their life just blew it all away. So how does that happen? So it means that you don't necessarily have to be in the best circumstances right now to achieve something much greater for yourself in the future. Just make sure that you stay a good human being at heart, and if you do that, that's when everything else starts getting into place, and you start getting on your life path, and everything else flows. That's it. It's actually quite simple, yet we tend to look for more complex answers, and you don't have to do that. Like the other day when I had a client, he said that he simply wanted to start waking up earlier. He wanted to start waking up around 7:30, and then afterwards going to his training, and he feels that he could have been more productive. And I told him that, okay, well, it's very simple. And he asked me, well, what do I do? How can I do this? I just said to him, well, you have to set your alarm. And when your alarm goes off, just make sure you don't snooze it. And the change was that simple. And now his life has ameliorated. And I said, I will text you to ask how you're doing. And I texted him. And 2 days after, and he actually told me that, yes, I do wake up now, and I do feel better that I'm doing this. So it was just that little shift. If there's something that you truly want, make sure that you follow through. So all the answers are in you, yet we're all looking for answers from somewhere else, for that reconfirmation. Don't overthink it, just act on what feels right, and your own inner self is not going to betray you.